Hello friends, I am Arpit and I am here with today's analysis. Today is 3rd of September and we're going to deal with two very important topics which are in news. First is INS Arighat. Now India has commissioned this submarine which is nuclear powered. It also has the capability of carrying nuclear missiles, thereby contributing in India's nuclear triad capabilities. This submarine is of the INS Arihant class, can carry more K-15 missiles than INS Arihant and stay for longer hours submerged in the waters. This definitely is going to increase India's naval capabilities and extend its influence and peace in the Indian Ocean region. Next is 47 Indians rescued from the cyber fraud, I would say, centers in Laos. These people were, forcefully taken as human, I would say, laborers over there, and they were given this, I would say, lure of a job in Laos. They ended up in, committing cyber fraud, cyber crimes. What they used to do, they used to go on the dating apps, you know, chat with the people and convince them to invest in cryptocurrencies, thereby looting them. But the Indian embassy officials, they proactively took some actions and, rescued them. The Indian embassy has also issued an advisory for the Indians to not go to Laos for job offers. So this is it. And after this, we will be discussing the MCQs and answer to the MCQs of yesterday. So INS Arighat, this is the submarine. You can see the first topic which we are going to cover. And this has been commissioned in the Indian Navy. This is a nuclear powered submarine, means there is a nuclear power plant which supplies electricity and the energy for it to run. Nuclear powered submarines have a benefit that they can stay for longer hours submerged under the water, and they are relatively silent also in its propulsion, so they do not get caught in the sonar, I would say, waves. So this is what their benefit is. India has become the sixth country to have, nuclear powered submarines. India has not become now a country which is having nuclear powered submarine. This is basically the second nuclear powered submarine which India has. The first is INS Arihant. So from that category only this belongs to, from that family only this belongs to. But yes, you know, uh, it has enhanced India's nuclear, I would say, triad. Nuclear triad has not to be confused with nuclear powered submarines. Nuclear powered submarines, the energy required for submarines to run they are getting from the nuclear power plant. Nuclear triad means we can fire nuclear missiles from land, from air, and from water also. Water from the ships above the sea surface, from submarines also. So this is enhancing our nuclear triad. This is also not the first submarines where nuclear missiles are put. About INS Arighat, name and design. Name meaning means destroyer of enemies in Sanskrit. Class Arihant class, following the lead submarine INS Arihant. Construction timeline began in 2017 at the Shipbuilding Center, Vishakhapatnam. So, is it indigenously built? Yes, it is indigenously built. Largely, the parts also sourced are indigenous, not completely, but yes, more than INS Arihant. Like INS Arihant, 30% of the parts were indigenously sourced. Here, 60% of the parts are indigenously sourced. This is how it is. Construction timeline, I've already told you. Specifications, displacement 6,000 tons. Displacement is when it goes inside the water, how much water does it displace? Displaces means what is the weight of it. Length 112 meters. Speed, surface speed 12 to 15 knots. Underwater speed up to 24 knots. Power powered by 83 megawatt pressurized light water reactors, allowing for extended submerged durations. This is nuclear powered submarine, what it is. Armament, missiles capable of carrying either up to 4 K4 submarine launched ballistic missiles, and these submarine launched ballistic missiles can be nuclear missiles also. That is why we are saying that it is contributing in India's nuclear triad. Basically, nuclear triad means nuclear missiles can be launched from air, land, and the water. So, four K4 submarine launched ballistic missiles with the range exceeding 3,500 kilometers, or 12 K-15 submarine launched ballistic missiles with a range of around 750 kilometers. Now it has the capability of carrying more number of K-15 missiles as compared to INS Arihant. INS Arihant also can carry K-15 missiles and K-4 missiles, but the number of K-4 K-15 missiles which INS Arihant can carry is somewhere around 8 or 9. It can carry 12. Additional armament equipped with torpedoes for enhanced combat capability. So, in a nutshell, INS Arighat, nuclear capable submarine launched missiles, they are there. K4 range is 3,500 kilometers. K15 Sagarika range is 750 kilometers. So, these two types of missile which are nuclear capable can be launched from this INS Arighat. It is Indian Navy's second indigenously designed and built Arihant class submarine. These things we've discussed: 110 meters, 6,000 tons, crew 95 can be there, surface speed 15 knots, submerged speeds 24 knots. Now propulsion 80 megawatt nuclear pressurized water reactor, vertical launch tubes can carry 12 K-15 or 4 K-4 missiles. Now India's submarine fleet, if I say, we have nuclear powered ballistic missile submarines SSBN 2 INS Arihant, INS Arighat. Now, nuclear attack submarines SSN, we have one, that is INS Chakra. Diesel electric submarines SSK 14 Kalvari class 2, Shishumar class 4, Sindhu Ghosh class 8. So, in total, these many submarines we have, and we also have a program of upcoming submarines which we will be discussing shortly. History of India's submarine plant: INS Arihant, launched 2009, commissioned 2016. So in 2016, we entered that elite group of 6 countries which are having this capability of having firing nuclear, I would say, weapons from a submarine and having nuclear powered submarines. The 5 countries are permanent 5 ones. Significance: first nuclear powered submarine in India's fleet. It is establishing India's nuclear triad with its first deterrence patrol completed in 2018. Development timeline began over 30 years ago with collaboration from private companies and the Defense Research and Development Organization, and we also got help from Russia over here, USSR at that time, and Akula class submarines, they were there in USSR, which we also procured from them, and from there we got the technology also, or technological assistance also, to develop submarines. Why it matters? Basically, first of all, it enhances our nuclear capabilities. Nuclear capabilities like nuclear triad. It this addition of INS Arighat boosts India's nuclear triad capabilities, which include the ability to launch nuclear missiles from land, air, and sea platforms. Technological advancements: stealth capabilities are there in this INS Arighat. Stealth technology, including improved sonar systems and quiet propulsion, which enhance its ability to operate undetected and respond swiftly to threats. So, stealth capabilities are there. It can stay underwater for longer hours. These are some advantages. Strategic role and nuclear triad. Nuclear triad. Triad includes land-based missiles, air-launched missiles, and sea-based missiles. Sea-based can be ship-based missiles or submarine-based missiles. Impact: INS Arighat enhances India's ability to conduct a credible retaliatory strike, which is crucial for maintaining a strong deterrent posture. Nuclear deterrence, sea-based component. INS Arighat enhances India's sea leg of the nuclear triad, complementing land and air-based system, and support India's no first use nuclear policy. So first of all, we need to understand over here that it is strengthening India's nuclear triad. It is not actually the first submarine or the first ship to have a nuclear missile launched on it. It was INS Arihant. That completed the nuclear triad. This is further strengthening it. Second is nuclear non-first use policy or no first use policy of India. India has clearly formulated this policy and said that India will not be the first country to attack any country with nuclear weapons. India will only use nuclear weapons in case of an attack on India by a nuclear weapon. Then India will not spare. That is very much clear in our nuclear no first use policy. And this stands for nuclear missiles being launched from the land, air, or water. Basically, it stands for nuclear missiles being launched by India from anywhere. So, this is what it is. Defense Minister's statement. Rajnath Singh emphasized that INS Arighat will play a key role in maintaining regional peace and balance. Obviously, India is wanting to enhance its significance or its influence in the Indian Ocean region. The policies like Sagar, that is security and growth for all in the region, is all about this as well. This definitely enhances India's naval capabilities in the Indian Ocean region. It can definitely help in securing the sea lines of communication. It can give or contribute in the stability and peace of this region. But we are not stopping over here. We have future plans as well. Current fleet, India's submarine fleet includes 16 conventional submarines alongside INS Arighat and INS Arihant. These are nuclear fired. Additional submarines planned, two larger SSBNs, larger than Arighat and Arihant. Two larger SSBNs are planned, each with 8 missile tubes are being built. INS Aridaman is expected to be commissioned next year with a fourth SSBN to follow. Global context with INS Arighat, India joins a select group of nations with operational nuclear powered submarines. These people who or these countries who are having nuclear powered submarines are the P5, US, Russia, UK, France, and China. AUKUS, you might have heard about this. Australia, UK, US. This trade deal was there with Australia done by US and UK. The trade deal is about providing nuclear fired or nuclear powered submarines to Australia so that it can increase its naval capabilities as well. Nuclear powered submarines can be submerged for longer hours and can operate or navigate more silently. So that Australia can be added in this list in the times to come once this deal is complete and Australia gets that. What commissioning of INS Arighat means to India. Pride and achievement. We are there in the exclusive club, now become part of an elite group of countries capable of building and operating nuclear powered ballistic missile submarines. We have largely done it indigenously. Credit to the Navy. The Indian Navy has been crucial in development and operationalization of the SSBN program, highlighting its expertise and complexity of submarine construction and operation. Significance of INS Arighat, increased self-reliance compared to INS Arihant. The INS Arighat incorporates a higher proportion of locally made components. 60% in INS Arighat were locally sourced, 30% in INS Arihant were locally sourced. So more, I would say, Atmanirbharta is being, reflected over here. The opportunities and challenges in this. Opportunities, innovation and growth. High local content in the SSBNs like INS Arighat presents opportunities for further innovation, job creation and industrial growth in the defense sector. Challenges, technical and operational challenges are there. Addressing the technical, operational and training challenges associated with advanced submarine technology will enhance India's defense capabilities and expertise. So we need to address these challenges. Not a big challenge, I would say, but with the discipline of the Indian Armed Forces, this challenge can definitely be met. So this is all about India's submarine program, which we needed to know. Next is 47 Indians rescued from the cyber scam centers in Laos. You can see these Indians standing with an Indian official. The Indian embassy has been very active, not only of Laos, but of the neighboring countries as well. This is a classic case of human trafficking. These humans were trafficked. They were given this, lure of jobs. They went, but they ended up doing cyber scams. And they were, rescued from Golden Triangle SEZ in Bokyo province of Laos. Now, what happened? Details of the rescue operation, rescue efforts, total rescued 47 Indians. Breakdown of rescue sources, 29 individuals were rescued by Laos authorities. Following their crackdown on illegal operations in the Golden Triangle SEZ, 18 individuals approached the Indian embassy directly in distress, seeking urgent help. Conditions: rescued individuals reported severe deprivation, including lack of food and rest if the targets were not met. So this kind of working conditions were there, kind of forced labor. Scam mechanism, impersonation tactics. Scammers used fake profiles on dating apps to engage potential victims, eventually convincing them to invest in cryptocurrency trading schemes. Exploitation, victims were subjected to harsh conditions and high pressure tactics to ensure that they met financial targets. Embassy actions, advisory has been issued by the Indian Embassy, a comprehensive advisory warning to Indian nationals about the risk of fake job offers in Laos and urging them to verify the authenticity of their employer. Don't just fall for anything. Operational coordination, embassy officials traveled from Vientiane, the capital of Laos, to Bokyo to work closely with local authorities on the rescue operations. Repatriation, the embassy has facilitated repatriation process with 30 individuals having already returned to India or en route, while the remaining 17 are waiting for their travel formalities to be completed, but they are under custody of the Indian officials over there. They are safe and sound. Now, Indian Embassy's advisory, warnings and guidance. Now, and Indian embassies do or are empowered to issue such kind of advisories if any danger is there. Content of advisory on the embassy's website provides detailed instructions on how to verify job offers and avoid falling prey to scams. It also encourages individuals to contact the embassy if they have any doubts about job offers, other related issues. So whenever you are going for any job offer, you can contact the embassy and verify the authenticity of the job offers from them. That is the best source to get that information. Public awareness, the embassy's advisories aims to raise awareness among the potential job seekers about the risks associated with job offers in countries with less stringent regulatory environments. Diplomatic engagement, high level discussions. External Affairs Minister S. Shankar addressed the issue of human trafficking and cybercrime with Laos Prime Minister Sonexay Sifandone during his visit to Laos. Previous rescues have also been there. In the previous month, the Indian Embassy had also rescued 13 Indians from similar situations. Means this is basically quite prevalent in countries like Laos. And since the Indian Foreign Minister has also discussed or taken up the matter with the Prime Minister of Laos earlier, so the matter needs to be looked into seriously. So this is how we can look to it. Strategic impact, basically citizen protection is one such area which is very much dear to a country like India specifically. If its citizens abroad are facing certain kind of, I would say, difficulties, the Indian government definitely steps in. The successful rescue of Indian nationals highlights the importance of vigilant verification processes to prevent individuals from becoming victims of international scams. International cooperation, diplomatic relations. The incident demonstrates the necessity of international collaboration and robust diplomatic engagement to address issues of human trafficking, because it was the local authorities without which or without collaborating with whom the Indian officials could not get to these people. So it is very much important that you know you collaborate. International collaboration is very much needed because those, I would say, crimes are happening over there only, especially these kind of crimes, cyber crimes and all. Now we come to the MCQs. First is consider the following statements and mark the correct one. INS Arighat is India's first nuclear powered submarine. INS Arighat can launch nuclear missiles. Which of these statements are true? Carefully answer this. What are the probable benefits of a nuclear fired submarine? It can be submerged for longer hours. Its propulsion will be relatively silent as compared to diesel fired submarine. Again, carefully answer this question. This might seem easy, but not so easy. These are. Which of the following countries has a nuclear fired submarine commissioned? Australia, France, Japan, or China? Among these, you have to find the correct combination: 2, 3, and 4, 1, 2, and 4, 2, and 4, or all of the above. Fourth question, consider the following comparisons between INS Arihant and INS Arighat. Mark the ones which are correct. INS Arighat can carry more K-15 missiles than INS Arihant. INS Arighat is completely indigenous, where INS Arihant is not. Only one, only two, both one and two, neither one nor two. Which of the following countries is landlocked? This is very simple, direct question. Although I have not discussed it, but this is expected from you guys. Now, the MCQs of yesterday. Which of the countries are permanent members of Colombo Security Conclave? So there are 4 permanent members of the Colombo Security Conclave: Sri Lanka, India, Maldives, and Mauritius. So Sri Lanka and Maldives is the correct answer. Seychelles and Bangladesh, they are observer members. They are not permanent members. However, there is an offer to them to become a permanent member. So C is going to be the correct answer. Consider the following statements and mark the correct one. Colombo Security Conclave was formed in 2011. This statement is correct. Colombo Security Conclave aims at providing humanitarian assistance and disaster relief. This statement is also correct. This is one among those 5 pillars of cooperation in Colombo Security Conclave. The others are maritime security. Then we have, I would say, this cyber security as well. Then we have disaster as one such pillar. So likewise, there are 5 pillars which we discussed explicitly yesterday, and this was one among them. So statement is also correct, and C is going to be the correct answer for this question. Third, which of these shoals lie in the 9-9? This question was, or this topic was not explicitly discussed, but if you go through the map which we had of the South China Sea displayed yesterday, so you could solve this question. Actually, all these are part of or inside the 9-9. The Scarborough Shoal, Sabina Shoal, Second Thomas Shoal, all these are part of the, I would say, Sparkly Islands or the Paracel Islands, which are part of the 9-9. So D is going to be the correct answer for this. Last question, Sabina Shoal is part of which island? Sparkly, Paracel, Coco, none of the above. This was also from the map, and the correct answer is Sparkly Islands. Okay, so this is how it has been. Now, with this, we come to an end of today's session. I will be seeing you tomorrow now with more such informative news pieces. Till then, you guys very well know what to do. Not repeating it today. Namaste. Jai Hind.